sets his hat on the dash and he gets down inside.
I'm Dusty Golden. I'm from Marythorpe, Alberta, and I ride bulls, and I'm a singer-songwriter.
That 94 Peter built that scream into life. And as the frost clears, he grabs a gear and drives through the night.
I've been playing guitar since I was about 7 years old. I got a guitar for Christmas, and I got put into lessons and had a really great teacher. She really took the time with me, and at first I hated it. It was like homework for me, but after a couple months and a couple years actually of going to those lessons and then keeping on playing, I figured out a few songs and kind of figured out how to do some songs that I like, not ones that the book told me to do. And yeah, I just kind of took it and ran. I guess what got me inspired to start writing my own music is just from listening to so much music when I was a kid. I had an hour-and-a-half long bus ride and stole my dad's iPod, and it had 636 songs on there. And yeah, I spent many hours with my headphones in, and I just kind of fell in love with the old school, raw, real country. And yeah, I just kind of happens, I guess. I don't really have a rhyme or a reason for it. I've just been playing for a long time, and it, I don't know, feels good.
People, I fly down the road to another place. I'm running to trouble at a high-speed pace.
That song, Against the Grain, it was actually two totally different songs. And I just kind of sat down one day, they had the same chords in them, and kind of put them together, and it worked. It made sense. And you know what I kind of get out of it is a song about growing up and kind of taking your first steps away from home, and just that feeling of kind of being a little scared and not really knowing what's coming next.
So what about the working man and the family he provides?
When I was growing up, I was surrounded by just hardworking people. My dad, he worked in the oil patch and built barbed wire fence his whole life, and after he retired from riding bulls. And everyone I was around was just always working. They're always trying to move ahead, and it always seemed like they'd be working harder than most people living in town, but they wouldn't be getting as far, it seemed like. And yeah, I don't know, that song, it just kind of hit me on an airplane one day, and just kind of pulled out my phone and started writing stuff down. And when we landed, I picked up my guitar and put some chords to it. And yeah, I'd say that's how I came up with that working man song.
New Mexico night.
Well, I went to junior college in New Mexico for 2 years, and we were right on the Texas border, and we'd be rodeoing every weekend, and we'd be driving into Texas lots, and we'd get on this highway I-20, and we'd drive out on that road every single weekend. And I was having some tough luck, and things weren't really going my way, and I finally made the short round of this one college rodeo, and I figured, it's my time. I'll take the buckle home this weekend. And didn't quite work out that way. I got back in my friend's little Ford Focus car, and my guts were stomped out and hurting. And it wasn't a very fun weekend. But I got back to the dorms, and I just closed myself in the room there and picked up my guitar and started playing. And yeah, 15 minutes later, New Mexico Nights came out.
Works them to the bone, in the morning it's gone. Ask me, that just ain't right.
Now, it's kind of a funny story how I got into bull riding, actually. I'm named after a friend of my dad's who got killed in a bull riding accident when he was 18 or 19. And the last thing they wanted me to do was probably ride bulls. And since I can remember, it's the only thing I've wanted to do. And bull riding's still number one, and this music stuff, I'm just gonna keep trying to write songs and play as many shows as I can all along on the rodeo trail. Bull riding is like no other experience that I've ever had. It's really tough to explain. I mean, you're getting on 2,000-pound animal that's trying to kill you, really. It's trying to get rid of you, wants you off his back in every way, shape, or form. And you're just along for the ride. You know, there's a Johnny Cash song. He said it's like something like a hurricane who's dancing with a kite, and he's pretty close because it's just a blur. I mean, you get in the zone and you get dialed in, and nothing's going through your head for about 2 minutes. The world stops, and you're in total control. I don't know, it's an unreal feeling. You gotta have a really supportive family to do a sport like this. And you know, my mother, I don't know how she gets any sleep at night. Her oldest son's a bull rider, and her youngest son's a dirt bike rider. So you know, she's always right in the middle of it. She's had to make a few hospital trips here and there, and you know, driving us around, taking us to events, you know, taking them to the track or taking me to practice pens. And, you know, she is always helping out lots. And with the music too, she's always sharing stuff around on Facebook and, you know, telling everybody about it, the gig that I got coming up or anything. And yeah, no, I'm pretty fortunate to have a family so supportive. And my dad, he's taught me just about everything I know about bull riding. He's always been there to kind of give me a kick in the ass if I need it, and, you know, settle me down if I'm getting too revved up, or, you know, he's always reading the play, and he knows exactly where I'm at more than I do most times. And, you know, he can see stuff that I don't see or lots of people don't see, and, you know, he's really helped me make things simple and just keep it as simple as possible, and don't let everything distract you.
As he turns on the lights and heads down the drive, he tells himself again.
You know, riding bulls it's truly a young man's sport. It's rough, it's tough, and hard on your body. And, you know, I know sooner or later I'm going to get old and I'm going to be bruised up and hurting and won't be able to compete at the highest level anymore. And, you know, there's been a lot of people that try and tell me to quit riding bulls and go chase this music dream. Well, like I said, you can only ride bulls for so long, and I can sit on the porch and pick a guitar every day of my life after I'm retired riding bulls.
Another